Hi everyone, it's Renny. Welcome back. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter Gumby. Just kidding. It is actually brought to you by this neighborhood in Cleveland called Tremont. There's a lot of really cool architecture there, a nice mix of old and new. This is obviously inspired by the more modern buildings in Tremont since they've had their whole neighborhood revival. I started doing this build within a couple days of getting the Spa Day pack, as you can tell by my overuse of Spa Day items in strange places. I'm really obsessed with this Matchstick Magic wallpaper because it is literally Matchstick Magic. It looks cool in every color that it comes in, which is a pretty rare thing in this game. So this kitchen, I'm also using the cool kitchen stuff because it is super cool kitchen stuff. And of course I'm struggling with this rogue cabinet for what seriously must have been almost 5 minutes. But it finally snapped into place. It's kind of weird that something that's supposed to snap into grid would give you so much grief. But we got there in the end, and that's what counts, right? And this kitchen, I really wanted to go with a red, orange, and yellow palette, make it very warm, but I didn't like any of the game items that were, any of the kitchen game items that were in yellow. I didn't like the color. So we just stuck with red and orange on this one. This living area is navy blue and lime green. Love the color combination. And I also loved these blue doors that came with the Get to Work package. Very cool. And as I was placing all of these items on this lime green table here, my husband was actually getting ready for work. And as he saw me placing these items and fussing with the size of them, he kind of leans over to me and whispers, "Giant Kleenex box," which looks comical at this size, and I just had to have it. As soon as I saw it, I needed to make it happen. Didn't care if it even made sense. I love it. So after that, I'm just kind of slapping together a bunch of green and blue things. And then moving on to the bathroom. This one I kind of struggled with for a while until I settled on this shower because it blocks the window, but I still liked having matching windows in the front of the building. It just makes the most sense. If this is confusing to you at all, I actually do these builds twice. If I film a build the first time I do it, it's going to have so much footage and just a bunch of stuff about me flitting between ideas and colors that it's really just not going to be making very much sense, because I would have to speed it up to the point where it would be in a reasonable time frame that what would be the point of watching it if you can't really understand what's happening anyway. So I didn't like the space under the stairs, so I put in some cabinetry there. You can't really use the corner one, so I just put that bowl of fruit because it goes with the color palette and it takes up some space, and that corner cabinet looks much better than just having that one stupid little lonely cabinet underneath the staircase. And then upstairs, I thought would be very fitting to have a bedroom. It's like a lofted bedroom, very cool. If it were in an actual home, you could be in your bedroom and talk to the person in the kitchen right below you. Just kind of lean over the railing and talk to them, and it's nice and high, so even if there were a danger in The Sims for them to flip over the railing and fall to their death, they wouldn't do that because this fence is high enough. And since I couldn't make the yellow color scheme work in the kitchen, I was determined to make it happen in the bedroom. At first I was thinking Bumblebee style with yellow and black upstairs, but I didn't really like the way that some of the black stuff was, and you couldn't get things to match right because it's The Sims 4 and you can't get anything to match right, so I just went with the yellow and the gray. And then I realized that since I had the ceiling removed in the bathroom, you could see from the bedroom straight down to the toilet, which is super awkward, so I built the ceiling back up right there and thought it was a really convenient place to add some extra lighting upstairs. And I'm really loving this chandelier, the photonic conserver that came with the Get to Work expansion pack. It's really cool, casts a lot of light. I like the color of it too. I'm always going into the game mode and switching my lights to all be the cool blue color and of course very bright. And I held myself back a little bit on this bathroom. I'm very proud of myself. I didn't go as crazy with the pink and purple as I was tempted to, and I only put in the one mirror from the spa day package. And then in the kitchen, I'm realizing how the flooring looks. I used the spa day flooring that has like the backlight to it, and it has a very organic fluid movement, and it looks really cool. Plus it adds some extra lighting. The only problem with it is that it makes any rug that you put down on it look pretty funky at nighttime. There's not as big of a problem with it during the day, so I kind of struggled over whether or not I was going to keep that rug after I tested the lighting, but in the end it won out because it looks cool. And then, of course, my Gumby roof with my half-gabled roof, and this Urbanity wallpaper. It came with the base game, and I literally just discovered it a few weeks ago. It looks so cool, like painted stone or something. And I wanted to squeeze in some landscaping here, but, you know, when I thought about the actual Tremont neighborhood, there's not very much there other than, you know, trees, couple of flowers, that sort of thing. But with a more modern building like this, it's also going to have very minimalist, modern gardening going on with it too. So then I was also trying to see if I could make an outdoor patio space work with this building, but I just couldn't figure out a way to make it happen. It looks really stupid. Any incarnation of it that I dreamt up just looked really ridiculous. And then I tried to think about the neighborhood again, the actual neighborhood itself, and I couldn't see any of the things that I had imagined looking natural in that neighborhood. So at first I was determined to make these spandrels and columns and corbels work together to make a really cool looking patio, but it just wasn't feasible. It just didn't look right. I don't know how else to explain it. And then I even thought I was gonna sort of make it like a pergola with plants sort of flowing down over it, but again, it just wasn't very true to the neighborhood, and it was more wish fulfillment than anything, trying to force it to work. So after struggling with it for a while, I had finally conceded. Obviously not at the point in the video just yet, because I really tried to force it to happen, but it just didn't. So in the end, I end up going with the same exact grill that I had started with. And even though I'm going to delete it in just a moment, I'm going to use the same exact grill. I'm going to use some more traditional outdoor seating, like a nice little table with an umbrella, some chairs, and then the grill. And really, that's all you could expect to see around here in Cleveland. It could be snowy for anywhere from 4 to 6 months out of the year, so you're not really going to have too much in the way of outdoor furniture anyhow. And I actually did put in an outdoor fountain because I thought it looked really cool with this building, and it just really suited it, even though it wouldn't, you know, have anything to do with the Tremont neighborhood in Cleveland. Yeah. So I put it in, I thought it looked cool, and then after I had finished this build, I got the get together package, and they have the Pool-Pourri pool water that you can put in the fountain, and I thought it looked amazing, especially with these trees that I'm about to place right now. You know, I thought it would be really cool to just kind of think of these leaves falling off the tree and then floating into this fountain. And so I thought that I could make it better with like more fences, more trees and all that, and it just didn't work out. And instead of making you suffer through watching me wrestling with myself, I just decided to cut that part of the video. So I'm putting a bunch of stuff on the dresser because I always have a ton of stuff on my dresser. Everybody I know always has a ton of stuff on their dresser. And then putting back the things that I had accidentally deleted from the Move Objects cheat. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Just put in a few decorative incidentals here and there. And thank you so much for sitting through this and watching this for me. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and if you are interested in this build, you can of course find it in the Sims 4 gallery. My username is CuriousWren, no spaces. This build is called the Urban Gumby, and thank you so much for watching. I'm going to link it down below for you, and have a good one.